Coach Greg, and after extensive research, I've come up with the top gym etiquette rules. Things to do and not do when you're going to the gym. And we're going to start with the most controversial, highly debated topic. I personally believe you should be allowed to do this, but others, they disagree.
If there are 20 treadmills available, do not get on the one right next to me. Beyond annoying. 127 likes. That is true.
Now, I'm going to have to disagree, and this to me falls under the category of give people their personal space. So if I'm doing squats, bench, or deadlift, you can't go within 6 feet of me. You might take a step, bump into me by accident, and you could get hurt. To me, that is serious. And so when you're in the gym, pretend you're trying not to get sick and stay 6 feet away from people when they're lifting weights. But if you're on a piece of equipment next to someone else, you're already at an appropriate distance. You're not gonna fall, stumble, and crash into them and get them hurt. And I do understand what they're saying. When you're a man going to the washroom and using a urinal and there's a space next to you that's open, you'd prefer they go to the next one. You don't want them to go in the stall right next to you. They can, but you prefer if they don't. And so why would somebody go to the cardio equipment next to you? Many reasons. I do it all the time. Some bikes are smoother than the others. They all look the same, but one rides better. The seat's more comfortable. The machine doesn't clank back and forth as I ride it. Or there's better air circulation that's closer to the fan. I'm trying to cool myself off. And so just because I use a piece of equipment that's next to you doesn't mean I'm trying to check you out and you're so good looking and I just had to do cardio next to you. No, if anything, people are intimidated by highly attractive people. Think of it. Who are you going to be more intimidated to do cardio next to? Grandma Josephine or grooving Grandpa Coach Greg? Think of it. And so suck it up, get used to it. The person doing cardio right next to you is not an evil person. Next, don't smell. Don't layer on a bunch of perfume. People may in fact be allergic. And if you have extreme body odor, try planning your showers to go before you go to the gym. Yeah, I get it. Not everyone can use deodorant and some people smell worse than others. But you can, in fact, shower before going to the gym. Do your best to not ruin everyone's day in the gym by smelling awful. Don't grunt loudly on every rep and slam down your weights. It's normal to grunt on the hardest rep, but you're not going to need to do it on every single rep. If you're using light weights and you're going on every single rep, and I can hear that through my headphones, it's too loud. Be respectful. You don't want to hurt people's auditory senses. Put your weights up and clean up after yourself. The gym owners are not your parents. If you're using a bunch of chalk, sweating all over the equipment, at the end of your exercise, when you're done with it, wipe up the bench, clean up your mess, and put the weights away. For heaven's sakes, don't interrupt somebody while they're doing a set. You're on set number 8 of a set of 12, and somebody's asking you to take your headphones out and talking to you, and you're thinking, I'm trying to focus to train harder than last time. Wait till the person's done the set. You can talk to someone, it's okay, but wait till they're done the set. And of course, some people are gonna say never talk to someone wearing earphones, but really, if you need someone to spot you and you think they might be able to help out, please ask. I don't mind. We're in the gym to help each other out. And of course, you do need to be respectful. Don't waste their time. If you ask for a spot, don't give them their life story for 5 minutes. Do realize they might need to get back to their set after 1 or 2 minutes. Don't be scared to talk to people. Just read the room and do so at an appropriate time. Also, if you see somebody about to do something dangerous, perhaps you're bench pressing without a spotter, please offer and ask if they would like a spot. Don't go there and say, I'm going to spot you. Just say, hey, if you need a spot, please come and ask me. I'm here to help. And they will certainly appreciate that, as many people are too uncomfortable to go and ask. They'd love to have you spot them, but they're just too shy. So if you go and offer your assistance, that can certainly help out people, especially those who are beginners. Next, talking on the phone. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but please keep the volume level down so that not everyone in the gym knows what you're talking about. And I know many people are going to disagree with me, but for many people, they need their phones. They work on their phones. That's how they make a living. If you have to get them away from their phones for the entire hour, 2 hours that they're at the gym, perhaps they're going to lose money. Perhaps that's the only way they can get in their workout and their work at the same time. You're doing your cardio for an hour, talking on the phone, talking business, that's fine. Just don't yell and shout and let the gym know what you're talking about. Next, wear appropriate clothing and footwear. Listen, It's 2022. You can wear what you want. But don't expect us not to look if we can see Uranus, Jupiter, and what you had for breakfast. Today's clothing painted on, you're going to have to expect people are going to look. And in saying that, don't stare. You can glance, look over, but don't stand there like this. It's a bit much. It makes people uncomfortable. The one exception to staring is when you see someone about to perform an incredible lift. You know what I'm talking about. 500, 600, 700 pounds on the squat, 700 pounds on the deadlift. You can watch, stare at them because that's only going to encourage them to lift more. People who are advanced, experienced lifters, they will in fact most likely lift more if people are watching and cheering them. But if you're a beginner, never lifted before, and you have an audience staring at you, it's going to make you very uncomfortable, and perhaps you don't want that. So leave the staring to the massive lifts of the biggest people in the gym. Next, don't film people working out or take pictures unless you ask first. Nothing worse than having someone film someone doing an exercise inappropriately, and then we're seeing it on TikTok, where people laugh and making fun of them. That's the last thing we want to do. We don't want to discourage people who perhaps are beginners and don't know what they're doing. But if you do want to film someone, take a picture, please ask. Perhaps you see your favorite YouTuber and you want a picture with them. Ask the person, can I take a photo with you? Most likely they're going to say yes. Just please ask them after they're done the set. Next, sharing is caring. Just because you got to the machine first doesn't mean you now own it. The gym equipment is for everyone to use. And so if somebody asks you, can I work in with you? Please say, yes, just keep it quick. And if you are in fact working in with someone, you can get it done in 30 seconds, maybe a minute max.
Yeah. It's okay.
Just say, hey, do you mind if I do a quick set? They might say, oh, I'm about to do one right now. And then say, sure, no problem. I will just use it as soon as you're done. If they say, no, you can't, I have 5 sets left, say, unfortunately, the gym is for everyone, and proper gym etiquette, according to Coach Craig and others, says that you're supposed to let me work in with you.
This man did nothing wrong. There is absolutely nothing wrong with somebody asking you politely how many sets you have left.
And if they keep saying no, you can simply grab the piece of equipment and use it, or you can go to the front desk and complain to them and say, what is going on with this dude, this asshole that won't let me use the equipment? Say, I was about to crush your skull with a 45-pound plate, but I didn't want Coach Greg and Derek to make a video about it.
I go as far as saying, would you like to work in with me? You don't have to do that, but you need to respect people. It's a shared space.
And remember, you can use more than one machine at the same time, but you can't claim that you own them all. So if you're doing circuit training, supersets, or alternating sets, that's fine. But if somebody else wants to use that piece of equipment, you have to let them. I'm often in the gym doing alternating sets or doing circuit training. It's perfectly okay for other people to use those machines while I'm not using them. You don't have a right to claim the entire gym. And what happens if somebody's using that equipment that I wanted to use during my circuit training? I skip it, use it after they're done, or I use another machine that does the same muscle. There are tons of exercises you can do for any given body part. And so if somebody's using the 40-pound dumbbells that I wanted, I can grab the 35s or the 45s. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter!
Or I could do barbell curls, machine curls, cable curls. There's tons of things you can do for the biceps. And so just because you're using more than one piece of equipment doesn't mean you own it. Next, don't hog all the dumbbells. It's okay to grab 2 sets. Perhaps you're doing a drop set or doing 2 exercises back to back. But if I go and see someone with 3, 4, 5 sets of dumbbells and I need to use one, you can't do it. I'm going to come over and I'm going to use one. Not every gym has 2 sets of dumbbells for every given weight, and so you need to be courteous and allow other people to use your dumbbells. Use 2 sets of dumbbells maximum, and if somebody says they want to use the set of dumbbells briefly, please let them. And last but certainly not least, do not prevent me from miring. That's right, getting in front of my way between me and the mirror, that is a big no-no. If I'm doing my set, I want to be able to not only check out my form, but check out my gains with a Z. Also, it's perfectly okay for people to do the pose down, flex in the mirror, see their pump, practice posing, and it's not weird or odd. You might be thinking, why are you doing that? You're so egocentric. We're in the gym trying to improve our aesthetics. What's the whole point if we can't be mirroring our gains? Be respectful. People are in the gym, and yes, they're going to be taking selfies. After all, if they don't post on social media that they were there, how would anyone know? And so allow people to take selfies, videotape them posing, doing sets, and so on. After all, how does it affect you? And quick reminder, please join the newsletter. Click the link in the description, get 5 free anabolic recipes. Also, we're going to be offering free diet and training programs to people who join the newsletter list. You don't want to miss it. Click the link in the description. Ending it here. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette, IP Pro. Please check out the bloopers. Don't forget, we have the Circle Diet Book, Life's Work, How to Lose Weight, Keep It Off, the cookbooks, training books, coaching plans by me and my team. Subscribe, click the bell button. Please comment for the algorithm. And until next time, I'm out.